My brothers and my sisters, listen to me very well. I am not here to entertain you. I am here to awaken you. I am not here to excite your emotions for a moment. I am here to confront your spirit for a lifetime. We stand today at the edge of a new season, a new chapter, a new year called 2026. But hear me clearly. A new year does not mean a new life unless you become new. Many people cross into a new year with old minds, old habits, old wounds, old bitterness, and then they complain that nothing has changed. Time does not change a man, truth does. A calendar cannot rebuild you, only a transformed heart can. Rebuild yourself in 2026, not by changing your location, not by changing your friends alone, not by changing your clothes or your social media status, but by changing the foundation of your life. Many are busy repairing the roof when the foundation is cracked. You paint the walls, but the house is sinking. You smile in public, but inside you are broken. Today, allow truth to touch you. Allow light to enter places you have hidden even from yourself. Let me tell you something you may not like, but you need to hear it. You cannot rebuild your life with the same thinking that destroyed it. The mind that tolerates excuses will always produce failure. The heart that feeds on bitterness will always leak poison into the future. Some of you are praying for change, but you are in love with your comfort zone. You want a new result with an old discipline. It does not work that way. Life responds to responsibility, not wishes. Rebuilding yourself begins when you stop blaming others for what you have allowed to continue. As long as you blame your past, your parents, your spouse, your enemies, your government, your situation, you give them power over your future. Responsibility is power. The day you say, I may not be responsible for what happened to me, but I am responsible for what I become, that day your rebuilding begins. Look at your life carefully. What has been draining you? What has been distracting you? What has been delaying you? Not everything that is allowed is helpful. Not everyone who smiles at you supports your destiny. Some relationships are not enemies, but they are weights. You cannot rebuild yourself while carrying unnecessary loads. A builder knows when to demolish before rebuilding. If you are afraid to let go of what is familiar, you will never step into what is meaningful. Many people want a breakthrough, but they are allergic to discipline. They want success, but they hate correction. They want growth, but they resist discomfort. Hear this. Discomfort is not your enemy. It is often your instructor. Growth will stretch you. Rebuilding will expose you. Transformation will challenge your ego. If you are not ready to be uncomfortable, you are not ready to change. In 2026, rebuild your inner life before you rebuild your outer life. Your inner world determines your outer results. A calm spirit can survive any storm, but a stormy spirit will collapse even in peace. Some of you are fighting battles outside when the real war is within you. Fear, anger, envy, lust, pride, laziness. These are silent destroyers. You dress well, you speak well, but inside you are bleeding. Healing is not pretending you are okay. Healing is confronting what hurts with truth. Let me speak to your heart. Stop rushing your process. You cannot microwave destiny. Some things take time because they are valuable. A child grows in the womb quietly, hidden, unseen. But one day, life appears. Do not despise your hidden season. Do not compare your chapter 1 with someone else's chapter 20. Comparison will make you impatient, and impatience will make you careless. Build at the pace of wisdom, not pressure. Rebuild your thinking. What you consistently think about, you will eventually become. If your mind feeds on fear, your life will shrink. If your mind feeds on truth, your life will expand. Some of you wake up every day rehearsing yesterday's pain. You replay the betrayal, the failure, the rejection, and then you wonder why your heart is tired. You cannot heal while constantly reopening the wound. Learn from the past, but do not live in it. The past is a teacher, not a home. Rebuild your discipline. Motivation will come and go, but discipline will carry you when feelings fail. You cannot rebuild yourself only on days you feel inspired. Great lives are built in small, repeated decisions made daily. Wake up when you don't feel like it. Work when no one is clapping. Pray when it feels dry. Learn when it feels slow. Consistency is a language life understands very well. Rebuild your values. When money becomes your God, you will lose your soul. When pleasure becomes your master, you will lose your direction. When approval becomes your fuel, you will lose your identity. Decide what truly matters to you and let everything else align with it. If you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. A life without values is like a house without pillars. It may look fine, but it will not last. Rebuild your faith, not blind faith, not emotional faith, but grounded faith. Faith that stands when feelings collapse. Faith that trusts even when answers delay. Faith that believes growth is happening even when results are not visible. Doubt asks, what if it doesn't work? Faith asks, what if it does? Fear focuses on what you might lose. Faith focuses on what you are becoming. Some of you need to rebuild your self-respect. You have been tolerating what you should have corrected. You have been accepting what you should have challenged. You have been begging for what you deserve. Listen carefully. The way you treat yourself teaches others how to treat you. When you value your time, people respect it. When you value your peace, people protect it. When you value your purpose, distractions lose power over you. Rebuild your speech. Words are seeds. What you speak today, you harvest tomorrow. Some of you curse your own future with careless words. You say, I can't. I'm finished. Nothing works for me. And then you expect progress. Speak life even when life feels heavy. Speak hope even when hope feels distant. You may not control everything that happens to you, but you can control what comes out of your mouth. Rebuild your focus. You cannot rebuild yourself while being distracted by everything and everyone. Focus is saying no to good things so you can say yes to great things. Not every opportunity is your assignment. Not every battle deserves your energy. Protect your focus like you protect your money. Because focus is more valuable than money. It decides where your life goes. Rebuild your patience. Many people fail not because they are not talented, but because they are impatient. They quit too early. They abandon the process just before the breakthrough. They stop digging just before they hit water. Patience is not weakness. It is strength under control. If you can wait without complaining, you are already rebuilding your character. Rebuild your forgiveness. Bitterness is like drinking poison and expecting your enemy to die. You cannot rebuild your future while chained to yesterday's offenses. Forgiveness is not saying what happened was right. It is saying you refuse to let it destroy your tomorrow. Release them not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. As 2026 approaches, do not make resolutions you will forget. Make decisions that will cost you something. Easy decisions produce hard lives. Hard decisions produce easy lives. Choose growth over comfort. Choose truth over convenience. Choose discipline over excuses. Choose purpose over pleasure. Remember this rebuilding is not an event, it is a process. Some days you will feel strong, some days you will feel weak. Do not quit on the days you feel weak. Strength is built by staying when quitting feels easier. Every step you take toward growth, even if it feels small, is rebuilding something significant. Look at yourself not with condemnation, but with honesty. You are not as broken as you think, and you are not as strong as you pretend. You are a work in progress. Give yourself grace, but do not give yourself excuses. Grace lifts you. Excuses keep you stuck. My brothers and sisters, 2026 is not waiting for a perfect version of you. It is responding to the version of you that is willing to grow. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Rebuild your mind. Rebuild your heart. Rebuild your discipline. Rebuild your faith. And when people see you at the end of 2026, let them say something has changed. Not because you told them, but because your life speaks louder than your words. Stand up in your spirit. Shake off the dust of yesterday. The future is calling, but it will only answer those who are willing to rebuild themselves today. Listen carefully and let this truth settle deep within you. 2026 does not respond to your wishes, your hopes, your tears, or your complaints. It responds to who you become. Life is not moved by desire alone. Desire is cheap. Everyone wishes, everyone hopes, everyone dreams. But life bows only to transformation. The future does not recognize intention. It recognizes identity. What you consistently become determines what consistently comes to you. Many people are emotional about the future, but casual about personal growth. They pray for open doors while remaining closed vessels. They ask for elevation while refusing preparation. They shout about destiny while whispering excuses. But time is not impressed by words. The year ahead will not ask you what you wanted. It will reveal what you worked on. It will expose your discipline, your mindset, your character, your consistency. The calendar will not negotiate with laziness. Seasons do not adjust themselves to human comfort. You must understand this clearly. Wishing is passive, becoming is active. Wishing keeps you waiting, becoming keeps you moving. Wishing talks about tomorrow, becoming changes today. Many people live their entire lives hoping for a miracle while resisting the process that creates one. They want change without confrontation, growth without discomfort, reward without responsibility. But life does not reward desire, it rewards alignment. Who you become is shaped in private long before it is seen in public. The unseen decisions, the silent sacrifices, the daily disciplines, the choices no one claps for, these are the tools that shape your future. You don't wake up in a new year and suddenly become different. You wake up and meet the version of yourself you have been building. The year only introduces you to who you already are. If you enter 2026 with the same thinking, the same habits, the same reactions, the same excuses, do not expect a different outcome. Time does not upgrade people. Intention backed by action does. Many people are shocked by their future because they were not paying attention to their present. They planted carelessness and expected excellence. They sowed inconsistency and expected stability. Life is honest. It gives back exactly what you put in. Becoming requires honesty, brutal honesty. You cannot become better while lying to yourself. Self-deception is the most dangerous prison because it feels comfortable. As long as you keep explaining why you are the way you are, you delay who you could become. Growth begins when excuses end. The moment you stop defending your weaknesses is the moment you start developing strength. Who you become is not determined by what you know, but by what you practice. Knowledge without application only increases frustration. Many people know what to do, but do not do it consistently. They are educated beyond their discipline. They attend, listen, watch, read, but remain unchanged. Information does not transform, repetition does. What you repeat daily is shaping you silently. The future responds to patterns, not promises. If your patterns is procrastination, delay will greet you. If your pattern is discipline, progress will follow you. If your pattern is fear, limitation will surround you. If your pattern is courage, opportunity will recognize you. Patterns do not lie. They speak louder than prayers made without obedience. Becoming requires patience because real change is slow. Fast change is usually cosmetic. Deep change reshapes your identity. You may feel like nothing is happening while everything is happening. Roots grow underground before fruit appears above ground. If you quit because you cannot see results, you reveal that you value appearance more than substance. The future values substance. Many people want the rewards of maturity while still enjoying the habits of immaturity. They want respect but live irresponsibly. They want trust but remain inconsistent. They want authority but avoid accountability. Becoming demands alignments. Your actions must agree with your aspirations. When they don't, confusion becomes your companion. The year ahead will not respond to your pain story. Pain does not entitle you to success. Many people have suffered, yet not everyone has grown. Suffering can either make you bitter or better. It depends on how you process it. Becoming means extracting wisdom from wounds instead of building identity around them. You are not what happened to you. You are what you choose to do with what happened. Who you become is influenced by what you tolerate. Tolerated behaviors become permanent residents. If you tolerate laziness, it will settle in your future. If you tolerate disrespect, it will follow you forward. If you tolerate inconsistency, it will sabotage your progress. Change begins with intolerance for what no longer serves your growth. Becoming also requires solitude, not isolation, but intentional withdrawal from noise. Noise feeds confusion. Silence feeds clarity. If you cannot sit with yourself, you cannot rebuild yourself. Constant distraction keeps you entertained but undeveloped. The future responds to clarity, not chaos. Your character will introduce you before your talent ever does. Skill can open doors, but character decides how long you stay inside. Many people sabotage their own future, not because they are unqualified, but because they are undisciplined. Becoming means mastering yourself before trying to master life. The version of you that complains daily cannot coexist with the version of you that leads effectively. Complaining trains the mind to focus on what is wrong instead of what is required. The future does not reward complaint. It rewards contribution. Ask yourself daily, who am I becoming through my habits, my words, my reactions? Becoming is revealed in how you respond under pressure. Anyone can behave well when life is easy. Pressure reveals your true construction. The future will test you not to destroy you, but to expose what needs strengthening. If you collapse under pressure, it means your foundation needs work, not that your destiny is wrong. You cannot become disciplined in public if you are careless in private. Private victories create public strength. What you do when no one is watching is who you really are becoming. Life eventually removes the audience and measures the person. The future does not negotiate standards. It does not lower requirements because you feel tired. It does not pause because you feel afraid. It moves forward. And only those who are prepared internally can move with it. Becoming means training yourself to act rightly even when emotions disagree. If you want the future to respond differently, you must show up differently. New doors recognize new identities. Opportunities are attracted to readiness, not desperation. Desperation repels, preparation attracts. Becoming prepares you to handle what you are asking for. Your daily routines are votes for the person you are becoming. Every small decision counts. Skipping discipline today feels harmless, but repeated neglect builds weakness. Small obedience builds strength over time. The future is constructed in ordinary days, not extraordinary moments. Becoming requires letting go of who you used to be. Nostalgia can become an enemy if it keeps you emotionally anchored to a version of yourself that no longer fits. Growth demands shedding. You cannot carry old skins into new seasons. What once protected you may now restrict you. The future will not reward potential. Potential ignored becomes frustration. Potential developed becomes power. Becoming means respecting your own capacity enough to work on it daily. Wasted potential is silent regret. You do not rise to the level of your dreams, you fall to the level of your systems. Systems shape becoming. If your life has no structure, chaos will decide your outcomes. Discipline is not punishment, it is direction. Becoming also requires humility. Pride freezes growth. The moment you think you know enough, you stop learning. The future favors learners, not know-it-alls. Those who remain teachable remain expandable. You cannot become focused while feeding distraction. Attention is a currency. Where you spend it determines what grows. Scattered attention produces shallow results. Focused attention builds mastery. The future responds to mastery. Becoming is not about perfection. It is about direction. You may stumble, but you keep moving forward. Failure does not disqualify you. Quitting does. Persistence shapes identity. Those who last become those who lead. The year ahead will not respond to your promises made in emotion. It responds to habits built in discipline. Emotion fades, habits remain. If your growth depends on how you feel, your future will be unstable. Becoming is choosing responsibility even when it is heavy. Responsibility builds authority. Avoiding responsibility builds limitation. Life entrusts more to those who handle what they already have well. Your environment matters, but your decisions matter more. You can be in a bad environment and still become better if your choices are intentional. You can also be in a good environment and still waste it through complacency. Becoming is recognizing that no one is coming to save you. Help may come, guidance may come, support may come, but the work is yours. Ownership unlocks power. Victimhood locks it away. The future will not respond to who you pretend to be online. It responds to who you are offline. Image without substance collapses under pressure. Substance stands when applause fades. Becoming means training your mind to delay gratification. Immediate pleasure often steals long-term fulfillment. The future rewards those who can say no now for a greater yes later. You cannot become confident while constantly seeking approval. Approval addiction weakens identity. Confidence grows when your values are clear and your actions align with them. Becoming is a daily decision, not a one-time declaration. Every morning you choose who you will be. Every night you confirm that choice by how you live. The future does not ask how badly you wanted it. It asks how deeply you changed for it.